It's a cold day for
It's
me.
a cold, dude. I wore a jacket on my little morning walk this morning. It was nice and chilly out.
No, I'm cold internally.
Oh, well, yeah, you had.
My heart is cold.
Yeah, you had the worst Sunday out of maybe anyone.
I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Dude, there's not words for how sad I am. Because you think they're going to be different.
Yeah.
It's an abusive girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, you think it's going to be different. And then you come home and your phone's unlocked and your car's gone and everything is ruined and the drains are plugged and the sinks are left on and everything that could possibly go wrong has went wrong.
That's a technical foul.
All right, episode 4.
Welcome to Technically Foul. We're back.
Episode 4, baby.
Episode 4. We're going to break down the NFL this week. All of it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And, tune into this episode. Enjoy, like, subscribe, and worship us.
I like that message. Also, what a beautiful post-football day. Sunny, beautiful day. You're in a jacket in Austin, Texas in the first week of September.
It's a cold day for me.
It's a cold, dude. I wore a jacket on my little morning walk this morning. It was nice and chilly out.
No, I'm cold internally.
Oh, well, yeah, you had.
My heart is cold.
Yeah, you had the worst Sunday out of maybe anyone.
I'm so sad.
Yeah.
Dude, there's not words for how sad I am. Because you think they're going to be different.
Yeah.
It's an abusive girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, you think it's going to be different. And then you come home and your phone's unlocked and your car's gone and everything is ruined and the drains are plugged and the sinks are left on and everything that could possibly go wrong has went wrong.
Yes, the Panthers are your Kelly Clarkson. They're ruining your life and shit. That sucks. It
hurts.
Yeah, the Panthers are so bad that the first quarter I was laughing at you, and within the second quarter I was like, oh, that poor boy. That poor soul.
Buddy, I was at a B-Dubs to watch that game at noon in Lawton, Oklahoma. I had a crowd work show the night before.
Yeah.
And the show went great.
Mm-hmm.
I got paid well.
Yeah.
Got a tattoo after.
Oh, shit.
Went to bed about 3, woke up. I was just chipper.
What'd you tell yourself in the morning? Were you like, dude, this is Derek Carr and the Saints. This is the year.
This is the year, dude.
Everyone hated on Bryce Young.
This is the year to prove that we actually aren't idiots.
Yeah, we have Deontay Johnson now. We're set for life.
Bro, we got Xavier Legette. You got Derek Brown. We just got, Hunt and Lewis, $100 million guards.
Yeah.
We've got Aquanu and Moten on the outside. We've got all the things.
Yeah, maybe obviously no one thought the Panthers were going to be a playoff team this year, but I think there was hope and expectation that, like, hey, they won't be dog shit this year.
I wanted 7 games. That's all I was asking for.
I think you win 2 max. If you wanted to put a bet right now on 3 wins or more, I'm taking the under. I don't think you guys can win 3 games this season.
Here's the thing. And there's going to be so many fans that hate on me for this, and they're like, oh, dude, you're fair weather. I've been a fan since 1995.
Yeah.
Okay? I cheered for Jimmy Clausen.
Yeah, that's fair.
I cheered for Chris Winkie.
Yeah.
I cheered for Rodney Peete, Steve Berline. I have been in this shit for a minute.
Yeah.
Buddy, this is bad.
Yeah, you guys are
This
fucked.
is bad.
There's no draft capital. There's no one you've built off.
No, we can get the first, finally, at least we can get the first pick this year.
Yeah, you'll actually own your first round pick this year when you have the number 1 overall pick probably again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. We're going to spin it on an edge rusher.
Yeah, you'll take something dumb like, I mean, not that you don't need a tackle, but you'll be like, yeah, we took this tackle who's like a work in progress. He's projected like 18th overall, but we took him number 1.
You realize there was like 4 years where we drafted Luke Kuechly, Cam Newton, Josh Norman, Christian McCaffrey. Fucking, we were drafting heaters, dude.
Yeah. And then now, not so good. Not a good track run. I mean, even it was funny, like, it made me laugh because the game was not a lot on Red Zone yesterday. There was not a lot of time that we got to see the Panthers and the Saints, but
which is crazy because there was 57 points scored in the game.
Yeah. It was just quick highlights. They're like, oh, and Derek Carr threw another 60-yard touchdown. That was what pissed me off, dude. I woke up that morning. I've been getting bad into sports betting, John. I'm betting money I don't have. Not too much, but like I probably lost like $70 this weekend. And at one point I was up. Like I was up after college. I lost every dollar I had on NFL yesterday. I couldn't place a correct bet. And one of the ones that was my hater ass bet, I was like, yo, first quarter, Derek Carr, 60 yards in the first quarter. Fuck that. Bro, the first pass was a 65-yard touchdown.
Yep.
And it was on your Panthers. There was a part of me that I was like, fuck you, John. Fuck you. This is your fault.
I
Fuck
could tell. I
you.
could tell you weren't texting me back. I could tell. You was mad about something.
That was also, to my defense, it's funny because I wanted to be like texting you, but I was hosting a little bit of a watch party. I realized I'm not in football shape yet. As a fan, not as a player, as a fan. I'm realizing, bro, I was like first quarter, I was a few beers deep, a few smokes deep, and I was like, man, we have not only the 1 o'clock slates, but we have the 4 o'clock slates and a night game that I have to get through. Yeah, but I have people over. I tried to take a nap with like 10 people in my apartment. That did not work.
That's hilarious, dude.
And then there's that embarrassing moment you come out and like, where have you been? I was just like, just was like cleaning my room or something. And they're like, oh yeah, you were cleaning your room after your 8th beer. And I was like, yeah, man, I just like to fucking clean when I drink. And they're like, oh, sure. And really, I just was like laying face down in my bed, mad that I'd already lost $40 in bets that day. Just pissed.
Just gambler's depression.
Just straight up gambler's depression. And then I'm riding that wave where then immediately I get back out there. I'm like, we got a new slate, man.
I don't think people understand, like, or just $70 is a lot of money to us.
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. You know,
yeah.
If we're losing 70 on a Sunday, shit's not going well.
No, that's a very bad. That's about $70 out of my budget of what I could afford to lose. I knew it was a bad weekend when this morning someone I'd worked a job for, like, it was so quick that they were like, I'll just shoot you 20. And I was like, yeah. And then they hadn't paid. And I was like, hey, following up on that $20 right now.
I need breakfast.
You didn't pay me yet. Just want to know where the fuck that $20 is. Like, really needed it. And
You're showing up outside their office, like banging on the window.
Yeah.
I need that $20, dude.
I needed it. And then it all went on Breece Hall first touchdown tonight. So, it's a vicious fucking cycle, brother. It's a vicious fucking cycle. I'm cooked.
Oh, man, you poor thing.
I'm cooked. I
mean, I suck at fantasy football.
Yeah, our team sucks ass.
I know. We were so hopeful.
I want to pull up our team because maybe we're being wrong. I have 4 teams, too many teams.
Dale went off yesterday, by the way.
I will say, yeah, we got one
He's
more
got
player.
Kane and Hill.
Yeah, we got Ayuk. Let's say he's good for 15. We're gonna finish with 118. We would have beat 3, 5, 6. We would beat 6 of the other 11 teams. So we would have beat half the league, lost half the league.
So we were like middle of the road.
Middle of the road.
Go.
Anthony Richardson, great, 26 points.
Yeah, if he hadn't thrown that pick, it would have been 30.
Yeah, I also, though, the scary stat that scared me, did you realize that yesterday Anthony Richardson completed 9 passes? 9? Only 9 passes?
That's crazy.
And one was 65 yards and one was 55 yards.
That's a cannon, dude.
That's 110 yards. He only threw for 212 yards. They occurred in 2 plays.
That's pretty impressive.
It's very I mean, dude, he will go down as like one of the most underrated, like impressive plays of the year. He slipped.
Yeah, I saw it.
And then just somehow recovered and threw a 65-yard bomb.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He's a sick player. I'm not too worried. Bijan got us 16. Pacheco got us 16, which is what you could hope for. Godwin got us 22. And then it was like Sam Laporta 8.5, just not enough for how early he's going.
I know, and that game was so good too. Did you watch any of that?
Yeah,
game?
I watched almost all of it. I missed the first 3 drives because I had a spot, and then I was back for the entire game. So
YouTube has this thing where you can actually watch a full game in like 12 minutes.
Dude, for people who don't know, that is the greatest thing ever.
It really is.
And every sport does now, bro. It goes as far down as CFL.
Yeah.
Like I'm a CFL guy, but I'm also, hey man, I'm not watching the CFL anymore. Real American football is back. But I like to hit like a 12-minute recap while I'm on the treadmill or while I'm just killing time at night. The 12-minute recap they do for NBA, NHL, MLB, it's amazing. It's a great way to stay a fan of a sport that you don't have time to watch.
Absolutely. Shout out to YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. Shout out YouTube. Because that That game, I felt like they should have scored more for him to only get us 8.5 points, which sucks.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that defense was tough. There was a couple of picks thrown in, like, at key moments in that game. Stafford threw a pick in the red zone. I think Goff might have thrown a pick in the red zone.
Yeah.
So there was just a couple back and forth that point. And I think Laporta had a touchdown
Got called
3rd
back.
and 8. Or no, it was just right out of his reach.
Yeah, there was this stat shocked me. This week, there was only one quarterback. Well, two, I guess, counting this. 2 quarterbacks counting all the way through Sunday night. We don't know what happens tonight. That threw for over 300 yards.
Damn.
Only 2. For like a league that's criticized for being offensive heavy, no hip drop. Hip drop was banned, which, by the way,
Yeah.
was there one hip drop tackle called this entire week?
No.
No, and they made it seem like it was gonna be World War III this year about it.
Yeah.
That we were gonna have like babies crying in the stands and like people losing families on bets because of the hip drop tackle.
That hip drop tackle did nothing for Dak Prescott when he got blown the fuck up this week. Did you see it?
Dude, yeah.
One of the nastiest sacks I've seen from a D tackle. He just drove straight fucking through him.
Yeah, Dak Prescott getting annihilated on the second play of the game after signing a $240 million contract had to have every Cowboys fan like, fuck, just putting the gun in their mouth ready to end
Straight
it all.
up, dude. I mean, nobody's got to feel worse than Giants fans right now.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Is there a worse fan base? It was funny. I was watching some sports news this morning, and Schefter had to go on the Pat McAfee show this morning and declare that Daniel Jones is still the starting quarterback for Week 2. That's bad.
That's crazy.
How are you having that argument, but like there's not that with like a Bo Nix or a Bryce Young or even like, no disrespect to Caleb Williams, but Caleb Williams threw for under 150 yards or something crazy.
It was a garbage first game.
Yeah, he just
the defense won that game. The
100%.
defense was incredible, dude.
Yeah, but
also Levis isn't great. There was one interception, a pick 6 he threw that was just like a pitch as he's falling down, just like a shitty play.
That one's awesome because not only did he throw a pick from his knees, but then we got the all-time still image of him hitting like, when Darth Vader finds out that Padme's dead and he's like, no.
Yeah.
He legit collapsed like that mid-fucking play.
It was sad.
Yeah, it was brutal.
I think quarterbacks, if they watched like the greats and just like repetitively, one of the things that I always watch about the greats, like Favre and Elway and all those things, it wasn't what they did. It's the fact that they always kept their cool.
Yeah.
And they never made these erratic plays. They never just like, oh my God, I have to make a play. It was just stay true. Stay true to the plan.
Yeah.
Don't evacuate the plan.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of young quarterbacks do that, where they like, I have to make this. I have to do this. Has to happen. It's like, no, it doesn't.
No.
Nothing is the worst thing.
No, and it was truly one of like the worst plays because I think it was like 3rd and 8 from their own 35-yard line. So, hey, take the sack and punt.
Yeah.
You weren't going to go for it on 4th down. You have the lead. Take the sack and let more time run off than throwing it away. There was just no need to throw it away. It was such a poor decision. But like also, hey man, what do you expect out of a guy who puts mayonnaise in his coffee?
That's hilarious.
That's on us for expecting more. That's the same guy that eats a banana peel with the skin on.
I know, dude. It's gross.
Why would you expect him to not collapse to his knees like he's in a fucking Hallmark movie?
Yeah, he's such a weird dude.
The team, he was more sad like for his team than like the players were in the Batman movie when half their team fell into the center of the city. Remember? That shit collapses and the guy who scores a touchdown's like, oh man, that's crazy, but I scored a touchdown.
That was Hines Ward.
Yeah, Hines Ward didn't give a fuck.
Hell no, dude. The whole stadium was collapsing behind him.
Yeah,
he stayed true.
Yeah, he was like, did I have a Super Bowl ring? I don't give a fuck about Gotham.
Hell yeah.
Meanwhile, Will Levis is like giving an Emmy-winning performance, collapsing to his knees.
Stella!
Just any like sad movie you've ever seen, you can imagine.
He looked like Denzel at the end of Training Day.
Oh yeah, dude, he did. Or even like when he's collapsing, he looks like Ricky in Four Brothers when he's getting shot, and he's just like, no. I don't know, man. I feel bad for Will Levis. I don't know. There was a lot of rookies that went on this week that like didn't have impressive performances.
Yeah, what are the Browns gonna do about Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, I don't know what you do with Deshaun.
you're gonna need a real sexy massage staff.
Yes, yeah. At this point,
If you want Deshaun Watson to win you games, you know what game you have to play.
yeah. At this point, maybe we're fighting it too hard. Maybe
Yeah.
you need to just like lean the fuck into
He needs
it.
a harem.
He does. They need to replace like the little team room where they play pool and shit in the locker room
Yep.
with just a brothel for
Just
Deshaun
a bunch
Watson.
of Jezebels, dude.
Yeah. Just a bunch of Cleveland Sixes.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing hot because they'll sue.
Yeah.
You want somebody that's like wants the opportunity.
Yeah, you want a girl that is later gonna be like chain smoking a cigarette in a diner and be like, "Hey Becky, you know Deshaun, he touched me."
No,
Like,
you want to pull a girl out of the dog pound. You know, that's like
Yeah.
in the stadium. They
Yeah.
got the fucking thing on their head, and they're like, "Ah, ruh, 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 ruh."
Yeah.
You want her.
yes,
You know,
yeah.
like, hey, listen, hey, Susan, boy, do we have a job for you, okay?
Yeah.
Deshaun's been in a slump,
Mm-hmm.
and we need you to do a little rub and tug. And she's going to be like, I'm in. Count me in.
Yeah, if they could just give Deshaun Watson like
Can't wait to rub that dick.
Yeah. We do need someone that has like the voice of 6 or 7 Marlboros each day of their life.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. I've been looking forward to this since 1984.
Mhm. You know how like we let Russell Wilson have his own coaching staff in Denver? Just let him have his own gross massage staff.
Yeah.
Let him have just a Waffle House staff of massage therapists who like leave his dick with like, remember when you're a kid and your friend would give you the Indian burn on your wrist? I want those coated on his. That's the only way to make him a good player again.
Absolutely. We got to bring life back into him.
Yeah.
And the only way is by massaging it into his sweet little flesh sickle.
Oh, fleshicle's such a nasty word.
I love it.
He definitely, that's the word he used too. Like trying to be low key. He's like, it'd be crazy if you like gave a happy ending to like, I don't know, my fleshicle or something.
I think it's so funny. I've talked about it before, but one of the funniest things I've ever seen is Deshaun Watson. The trick he did was he would bring a Gatorade towel to cover up with.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, this is my towel. I'll bring my own towel. You know, BYOT, dude.
Yeah.
So he brought his own little Gatorade towel, like the ones they use for their hands and shit, and would cover up himself with it. But apparently he's got a big himself, and it wouldn't cover the whole thing. And so the
Yeah.
girls would see it, and they're just like trying to massage around it, and then the towel comes off, and it's like whoop, because it's not much fabric.
Yeah.
I told you about that when I was watching my buddies at the Browns game,
Mhm.
and he called me after the game. He goes, "Hey man, listen, the first game in Cleveland that Deshaun Watson was there was a guy wearing nothing but a towel." And they had planned this. Like, he took his trench coat off. He was going to troll Deshaun Watson the whole
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
And about 3 sections away from him, down low, sat all of the women that had accused him of sexual assault
Oh shit, does Deshaun Watson have the worst groupies of all time?
of all time, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of massage therapists that hate him. And it's crazy to unify someone that's only there to make you more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These women are not hateful women.
No.
Their entire line of work is meant to make you feel better.
Yeah.
And they hate him.
They hate him. Yeah, I mean, they're here to pleasure you in all but the way of making you come, and he pushed that envelope.
Oh, dude.
He found a way to push.
He didn't push the envelope. He put in a potato gun and shot it at their face.
Yeah. Yeah, he was not. There was nothing delicate about the way that he handled any of these situations.
There was nothing delicate about it. I mean, he's
No.
a piece of shit. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, dude, when you got between your your quarterbacks from in Cleveland, you got a guy that steals crabs, or you got a guy that like sexually assaults masseuses. I think I'm gonna go with the crab thief. You know?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Daddy Longclaws over here
Yeah.
and play Jameis just out of principle now, because like you can't sexually assault women and suck at football.
No.
You know, there's
No.
a certain amount of forgiveness to some athletic prowess.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason nobody gave a shit that Jordan was a degenerate gambler. Nobody gave a fuck.
because he was fucking nice with
He
a
was
jumper.
one of the best players, the GOAT.
Yeah.
In my mind, he's the fucking GOAT.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
argue that, but fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you got to have a certain level of athletic ability before, you can have certain activities. Or
Yeah.
proclivities,
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of funny to think that. I mean, how did Deshaun ever get suspended, or he sat out? Correct.
I think he sat out, but he did get suspended for the sexual assault
Okay, so
stuff.
he was for sure suspended.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
alright.
the team suspended him
Okay.
regardless of. And then Browns played a king's ransom
Yes, because he missed the whole. He sat out the whole season so that he didn't get suspended.
No, I think he actually did get a suspension. It was 11 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're right. Yeah,
and then he had to set out those 11 games. But the first game he was back is the game that they had the group of sexual assault women.
Yeah.
And man, when somebody whispered to the guy that was just wearing nothing but the towel, and they were like, "Hey man, that's all the women that got sexually assaulted by Deshaun Watson, and you're standing up here in a fucking towel," and he's like. And he had to put his trench coat back on, sadly. And
that's an embarrassing moment.
This whole gag that he had planned for weeks, I'm going to show him. I'm going to show Deshaun Watson. I think he was a Steelers fan. I'm going to wear nothing but a towel.
Ooh, that's a rough saying. That sucks that a Steelers fan has better morals than Deshaun Watson.
Right.
That's how you know you're a scumbag, when you're like, oh, man, that Steelers fan is making a good, smart decision right now.
Yeah.
And you can't even follow suit. I'm glad he got suspended, because I was starting to think for a minute, I was like, did Jameis get suspended more for stealing crab legs? Then are stealing crab legs worse of a punishment than stealing a woman's innocence?
And his day in the NCAA before NIL, if he had done it now, they would just give him a crab sponsorship.
Yeah, he'd be, oh, dude, Jameis on the front of Tony Chachere's would be so awesome.
Oh, dude, the face of Joe's Crab Shack?
Oh, Jameis Winston would be the best. Having Jameis Winston for the ad of that would be so fucking funny.
That's funny to think about. What athletes would actually be the perfect thing for what company?
You could have like funny off kilter pitches on certain, like you could do Jameis Winston with like crabs and like the seasoning, and he's like, and my seasoning's so good it'll have you stealing those crab legs. And that's fun. Yeah. Now what you couldn't do is you couldn't have like an Indeed like helpline and be like, Indeed, do you struggle with elevator pitches at your job? Then hire the Ray Rice elevator pitch team. And then it's just like Ray Rice, and he's like, have you ever had an elevator pitch gone bad? Because I have.
I've got an elevator pitch that'll knock you out.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Would be perfect. We need more ads like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Could you imagine Daniel Jones reading off the pick six? All right, I get it, guys. 17, 14, 12, 8, 42. I hope you're happy.
They just make it as his punishment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone in the stadium gets free lottery tickets.
Yeah,
Daniel Jones,
free pick six.
Yeah.
Dude, the Eagles should actually do that.
Yeah.
That would be such a funny troll to offer the entire stadium a $1 ticket if for the pick six. If fucking Daniel Jones throws a pick six. Philadelphia Eagles, listen to us here.
This is a good idea.
I've seen what it does for the Sixers, okay, with the Chick-fil-A and I think it was a Blizzard, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of the funniest moments ever when Ben Simmons misses 2 free throws in the fourth quarter. Big J sent me that when they were fucking.
They got like a standing O for missing free throws.
They went ape shit, dude. I love Philly fans.
Yeah.
As a sports fan, if you don't love Philly fans, you're wrong.
You're a hater.
I get why you hate them.
Yes.
Like if you personally hate them, it's okay. Okay, but if you don't have a personal reason, like if you haven't been run over by a Philly fan, after an NFC championship, then fuck you. You don't really get to hate them.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I hate just the old one. It's like, oh yeah, well back in the 80s they threw batteries at Santa. Yeah, and your mom wore blackface for Halloween. Get the fuck over it. All right?
Absolutely.
Stop holding this against the fans.
Yes.
I wasn't even born back then. All right?
Your pappy said the N-word. Okay, who gives a damn what the Eagles did to Santa?
Yeah, at least my guy I'm rooting for has a Super Bowl. Your pappy doesn't have shit. All right?
There is a fine line between like hardcore fanship and just lunacy.
Yeah,
there's a fine line. It's the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
I think that's the line. Jumping through tables, I think, is about as far as we need to go.
Did you see they were jumping off RVs on the tables?
That,
They're upgrading. How high will the Buffalo Bills fans jump from before it stops?
I mean, dude, I think until somebody dies.
Right? But like how? Because like remember those guys that used to get on like the tall diving boards and dive into like a little bucket of water,
the little buckets,
and be fine.
Remember the horses used to jump into the pools and shit? That's what they're going to do, dude. They're going to start using the horses. The Broncos-Bills game, they're going to take a horse at the top.
Oh, shit, dude. Imagine just a guy on a Clydesdale jumping off like just a shitty Winnebago.
Yeah.
In the dead of winter.
I can't wait.
Just seeing him in the horse's breath. Like
also, we don't need to be giving Bills fans any ideas.
No, yeah, this is not the best idea. Yeah.
They're already good.
Yeah.
They cover themselves in body paint and jump off of RVs, dude. We don't need to.
Yo, this is a fucked up thing I saw. Did you hear that they set up a DUI checkpoint outside the Buffalo Bills stadium after the game.
So that's not new.
That's
been done a bunch of times in sports. It was famously done by the Sacramento Kings back in the day.
Really?
For Dollar Beer Night. Because I don't know if you know anything about that stadium, but it's kind of out there. It's not really around anything. It kind of sets off by itself out of ways.
So they did a $1 beer night and then had a DUI checkpoint.
And then had a DUI checkpoint.
That's entrapment.
Buddy.
Fuck Cochran. I can get them off on entrapment on that one. That's bullshit, dude. That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. That's when the Kings were like abysmal. And
damn, dude.
They were trying to get people in.
That's a smart ass move. Just being
it was like a record number of DUIs.
You think that they had some like referral program type deal where they were like, look, for every like $100 of tickets we write, we'll give you guys $10 back to the Kings.
Pretty much.
You know, they were just getting deals, and fuck, man, that's a wild moment. That's also so funny because you know that there was just a line of hammered fans just being like, yo, what the fuck is taking so long to get out of this stadium? I'm fucking drunk right now. And they're like, God, no one knows how to drive. And then they pulled up and we're like, oh, fuck, bro. Yep. Oh, because, like, dude, not only does getting a DUI suck, but imagine getting a DUI for going to a Sacramento Kings game.
That's the saddest DUI of all.
That's the saddest, because, that's the saddest DUI. At least if you got a DUI at a Panthers game, it's a football game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You had like a 1 in 8 chance that year to go and get drunk at the stadium, and you took it. That $1 beer night was probably like game 34 of the season.
Oh, man.
Of an 82-game season.
So many games. It is entrapment, dude. It's like, I don't know, it's like arresting Deshaun Watson every time he leaves a massage parlor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, what do you expect the guy to do, you know?
Yeah.
We can't blame this man. You sent him there.
At this point, you know what we're going to do. If you give us dollar beers and you put us in that situation, we're going to get loaded.
Dude, this thing used to always trip me out. Did you ever have at your stadium, this is a baseball thing, at Angel Stadium growing up, I would go to a lot of games. They would always have this program where they would like encourage people to volunteer as DDs.
Yeah.
So like if I didn't want to call an Uber, and this was, this was before Uber, taxis were still very prevalent.
Yeah.
Everyone had cell phones, so it wasn't like that, but they would always be like, hey, this is like the Toyota like DD volunteer, head to gate like 326 to volunteer as a DD, and I think they would give you like 2 free tickets to like some game later. Who the fuck is doing that? Who's doing that?
At the time, probably a lot of people.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I've driven Lyft. There's nothing worse than having a fucking stranger in your car, okay?
A drunk stranger in your car.
A drunk stranger.
I have been hammered in Ubers.
Yes.
Buddy. I've been hammered in Ubers.
I can't tell you how many times I've awoken to the soft touch on my knee of an Uber driver being like, hey, we're at your destination. And I'm like, hey, thanks for not robbing me while I was passed out in the back of your car. Like,
buddy, I can't tell you the number of times I've been woken up by an Uber driver going, hey, get the fuck out. You're puking.
You puked in an Uber driver's car?
I did once.
And you know what's fucked?
$240.
And you know that like only $50 goes to the driver?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is the other $200 for?
I know. Uber's getting paid because I got too loaded.
Yeah, that's fucked. It's a great system by them.
Great genius. I'm
kind of upset that we didn't think of something like this. Because what do you expect?
Hit him where it hurts.
Yeah, but it is fucked because my sister threw up in my car not too long ago, and I had to get it detailed, and like I found the cheapest detailing, and it was still like $100 to detail the car. So it's like you're not even giving the driver enough to get their car detailed out,
or shampooed or anything,
and then you're just expecting them to pocket the change.
Yeah,
that sucks.
It does.
That would fucking blow ass.
What do you think about Tyreek Hill?
Oh, yeah. Tyreek Hill got arrested before the game.
Yeah.
That's a cool move. I love that Tyreek Hill did the like handcuff celebration.
It was so fucking funny, dude.
It's amazing. Those because the NFL is the no fun league. We weren't allowed to celebrate until 3-4 years ago. It was very forbidden and would result in a penalty.
Yeah.
And then even now, it's like, don't do anything bad. Just do like a TikTok dance and like wave to your mom. That's all we want.
Yeah.
I like when they do shitty ones. I mean, all-time celebration is now Tyreek getting arrested and probably Johnny Manziel getting a first down and looking at the guy and going, "Oh, you want an autograph? Here, I got," and like fake signing an autograph to a guy after serving his 1/2 suspension for autographs.
Buddy, you don't remember Terrell Owens?
What did Terrell Owens do?
Terrell Owens famously took the Sharpie out of his sock.
Wait, was that Terrell or Ocho Cinco?
Pretty sure that was T.O.
Okay, yeah, because he signs the football, right?
Signs the football and throws it in the stands.
Yes.
Ocho Cinco proposed to the cheerleader. I think that was his
Yes.
most famous one.
What about the Saints guy who hit a cell phone underneath
Yeah, that one was
the
great.
touchdown thing, and he took out the cell phone to make a call? That was fucking cool.
Steve Smith had some good ones back in the day where he would do the rowboat or just
Yeah.
end zone celebrations need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And because it is a matter of expression.
Yeah.
Like you saw what Tyreek Hill said, what his message was when he was doing that.
Yeah.
The only thing I was mad about was that the sound guy didn't didn't play juvenile. Mr. Officer,
Yeah.
take these fucking cuffs off of us.
That would've
Ain't
been-
nobody in the car but us.
Oh.
I was so mad when the sound guy for the stadium didn't immediately start playing that song.
Damn.
I'm like, what a perfect moment, dude.
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, if you've got that music playing while Tyreek is doing the thing, getting arrested, oh my God, what a hard moment.
Nah, that would be sick as fuck. Because you could even play just like even Bad Boys would have been great. Like
Yeah.
anything to just give the message. That was your chance as the sound guy.
Yeah.
There's also some shit though where, to that guy's defense, that is where like you're like, oh yeah, did you hear like the Dolphins sound guy got fired for playing it? And there's like nothing you can really do to help him out with it. So you're like, I maybe get it, but it would have been a legendary fucking moment.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Do
yeah.
you know anybody that's fucked up at their job as bad as that cop fucked up at his job?
No, it's never good too when I didn't realize Tyreek Hill was never arrested. He was detained
Yeah, he was detained.
and then let go because they were like,
But you put the starting wide receiver for the Miami Dolphin in
Yeah.
handcuffs.
hey, look, man, if I was a betting man, sure, I would bet my life savings, which is nothing, but that Tyreek Hill did say something out of pocket to that cop. I'm sure. Because, like, the way you grabbed him. But come on, dog. Come on. You can't arrest not only the starting wide receiver, the voted by the players, the number one player in the NFL.
Yep.
This isn't Scotty Scheffler where you can play some sort of dumb where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, man. Oh, I
Dude.
fucking thought. Also, dude, think back to, like, medieval times. Dude, you don't want to arrest this guy. He has 13 sons that will avenge his name, okay?
He has so many kids.
He has so many kids. You can't kill them off. You'll be 30 years from now sitting on your porch thinking you're safe, and you're going to hear just, like, click, the click of a 357, and you're going to just know.
Tyreek Jr., dude.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill the third. He just got done breaking his fucking wife's arm, and he's here to end it all for you. Man,
What an origin story.
what an origin story.
I mean, I was just thinking, dude, I don't know, like, as a cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a cop, if the man that I'm arresting is, if I'm looking at his license and it says Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
and I'm next to the Miami Dolphins facility,
yeah.
I'm going to have to remember that Tyreek's getting paid $180 million to be where he is, and I'm being paid $43,000 to be where
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
Ye-
It's also, hey, man, like, look, profiling as a cop is bad. Let's get that out of the way now. Hey, man, you're working right outside of the stadium, even if you're not a football fan. Hey, the super buff black dude in a fucking
McLaren.
or like
I
a
know.
Polaris slingshot just
Yeah.
got pulled over. Maybe he's a player.
Maybe he's an important person.
Maybe he has the most expensive car you've ever laid your poor eyes on. Because again, like you said, you're making $10,000 over the poverty line in America. Let him go.
Let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah.
Get him out of there. You know what? Maybe pull him over and let him go. You might have tickets to the next game.
You couldn't fuck up worse than that if you fed steak to a party of vegans.
Yeah. You can't even write a ticket now.
If you were a firefighter that relentlessly threw cigarette butts into fucking wild bushes,
Yeah.
you're still not fucking up as bad as that cop fucked up
No.
when he arrested Tyreek Hill an hour before kickoff.
So bad. So bad. It would have been less bad if, remember when Tyreek Hill's house was on fire? If you found out that there was like actually a group of firefighters started that fire.
Yeah.
They were a bunch. They didn't know he was a fan. They just thought they were lighting some dude's house on fire. You'd be like, oh, that's less bad than this cop.
It's like, man, buddy, like if all people, it's just, I bet if Daniel Jones got arrested on the way to the stadium,
Yeah.
nobody would care. Everybody would be like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, you know those kids just like disappear and they're never seen or no remains are found.
Milk carton kids.
Yeah, that Daniel Jones would be a milk carton kid.
Yeah.
The police chief would be there and he'd look just in the camera and he'd be like, New York, after 20 minutes of searching, we've given up. We also found out that for some reason this voids his contract, and then just the crowd would erupt in celebration. No one would be mad if you arrested Daniel Jones.
We left a disappearance clause in his contract. It's so fucking brilliant.
That would be smart if every New York team had a disappearance clause in their players' contracts, and then they just got the mob to take them out.
Cement shoes.
Yeah.
A cement shoe contract.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. That would be fun.
Play good or die.
Oh, my God. The entire 0-16 1990s Giants were found at the bottom of the Hudson River today.
Maybe that's the whole reason Eli Manning was good.
Yeah. He was just having his competition taken out by the mob.
Yeah. Or, he was so scared he was going to get taken out by the mob. He had to make a fucking crazy-ass pass to Tyreek Hill to win that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Against Boston?
Yeah. Yeah, that must have been, his last game must have been so nerve-wracking where he just sat down with the Don, and Don was like, Eli, if you fall below 500, I can't keep you fucking safe. He's like, no, but I'm 318 and 318. He's like, I'd win that game if I were you. I'd win that game if I were. He's like, oh, fuck, man. Oh, fuck.
We'll see you soon. I mean soon.
See you soon. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's gonna be much of a worse fuck up. That cop is like already basically fired. He's on administrative leave.
Administrative leave quickly. That day he was on administrative leave. I mean,
do you think there was one point?
I wonder what's faster, him getting put on administrative leave or Tyreek Hill, which has a faster 40.
Fuck man, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, what do you think is faster? How quickly he got let go, Tyreek Hill's 40 time, or how fast Rashid Rice was going when he hit that guy? It's got to be. That'd be a good run for its money.
Oh,
they have like the halftime.
I think Rashid Rice was going like Paul Walker's death speed.
Yeah.
He was like blazing, dude.
Yeah. He was just listening to that Wiz Khalifa song, just thinking he was Paul Walker. When will I see you again? Just flying down the 15 as it cruises through Kansas City.
Dude, I think it's so fucking funny that that Rashid Rice is playing this season because they're just awaiting the court date.
Yeah.
They're just waiting.
Yeah, not a great look.
No.
To just be like, because when you read it online, they're like, yeah, they kind of like, they pitch it as they didn't get to the suspension in time.
Yeah.
It's a funny thing to just like.
Could you imagine him getting elected to the Pro Bowl and he can't go because he's got to go to jail?
Yeah, it's like putting him like off the continental U.S. makes him too much of a flight risk.
Yeah.
So they don't let him leave. They're like, you have to stay in the 48 states.
Yeah. Isn't that
Damn.
crazy?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Chiefs look good.
Yeah.
But I mean, they have the best quarterback in the NFL.
Well, he's not playing for game checks. He's playing for like extra cup of noodles at this point. You know what I mean?
He's playing for legacy.
Every touchdown he gets, he's like, oh, thank God that'll buy me a pack of cigarettes in prison.
Oh, you're right. You're talking about Rice.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. Yeah.
What's up with players?
He's playing for commissary money.
Yeah. What's up with the players in the last name Rice just not behaving?
Oh, fuck.
There's something just bad about them. You can't.
But then there was one that was the best of all time. There was Jerry Rice.
Oh yeah. Jerry Rice do anything bad?
No.
Jerry Rice didn't like date a 12-year-old or something.
No, I'm pretty sure like Jerry Rice has been like a good guy his entire career.
I worry because I feel like if you look up like any player from the 1990s, they have something now that is like 100% a scandal. You know what I mean? Like every player you look back in because it was like acceptable with the time. You're like, oh no, You're like, oh yeah, Shoeless Joe Jackson. He's like one of the greatest baseball players, and you're like, yeah, but did you know that he dated like a 10-year-old that he babysat? And you're like, no, Shoeless Joe. And like, yeah, that's actually why I called him Shoeless Joe, because all his girlfriends were so young they didn't wear shoes. And you're like, oh,
Dude, I had Karl Malone's picture on my wall growing up. I had his poster on my. I loved Karl Malone,
yeah.
and
He probably would have loved you as a young boy too.
probably would have loved me.
Yeah,
a
you put a
lot.
wig on, he would have been like, ooh, Mrs. Carden.
Still wouldn't have been as sad as being a Panthers fan.
No.
Karl Malone rape, but at least that's got some prestige.
Yeah, you'd probably be in a better mental space.
Yeah, I would be doing okay.
That was a crazy statement of me to say. To say like a victim of a heinous crime is in a better spot than a Panthers
Listen,
fan.
That man dropped 30 and 10
Yeah.
on Jordan. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
I can't find any scandals on Jerry Rice, unfortunately.
He's clean, dude.
The only thing is he has that like cheating scandal where like remember like so 2015. Wow, was that long ago? No, this 2023. He said that like everyone did it. He's like, I use Stickum.
Yeah.
Everyone used Stickum. Everyone uses some sort of sticky substance. It's just what's not banned at the moment. And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, man. Like I don't know. It's just that thing. I'm a big like proponent of in sports. Same with like the. Like, spider attack's illegal now, but, like, everyone, the legal version is, like, sunscreen and rosin. That's, I don't know, it's fine with me. If everyone's using it, who gives a fuck?
Listen, I'm a firm believer that any non-contact sport should be able to do HGH.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Or steroids. At that point, I don't care. If you're not at risk of hurting another person, really,
Yeah.
and you can argue that baseball has the slide into the catcher, that's... But even that.
They've gotten rid of all. I think you used to be able to like assault a catcher.
Yeah, you used to be able to bulldoze.
They didn't
these
even have to have
motherfuckers.
the ball. If he was just in your way, you were just like, hey, you fucker in those pads. And they were like, yeah, man, you shouldn't have been fucking. Look what you were wearing. You were asking for it.
That's why Johnny
get
Bench,
hit.
Johnny Bench back in the day was such a beast because he
Yeah.
would just bulldoze you if
He
you
would
came through.
destroy. Yeah. He was known for just sticking his fucking ground. Same with like Mike Scioscia, like any
Yep,
of those
Mike
bigger
Piazza,
dudes.
yeah.
Yeah, where like you had to be like a unit as a catcher because you would just get fucking trucked because this guy was like, yeah, man, like my bitch wife wouldn't let me have scotch for breakfast, so I'm gonna run you over today.
Straight up.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, man, they integrated leagues today, so I'm gonna take that out on you. Like, it's a very weird. It was a very weird rule, but now that's like super banned. You can't hit
Yeah.
anyone. You can't do anything.
I just think we need HGH in baseball. We need steroids in baseball.
It would be sick though if Shohei Ohtani was on HGH and he hit a 200-mile-per-hour line drive through the head of a pitcher and just killed him on site. Just like it's basically just an ISIS beheading video.
The back of his head is smoking.
Yeah, just a whole. And he does the Will Levis knee collapse to the ground right as he gets fucking assassinated. You're like, oh yeah, maybe we shouldn't let them do HGH.
Yeah.
Maybe that was bad on in hindsight here.
It looks like Brandon Lee and the Crow.
yes. I love a good over dramatic death scene.
Oh, me too.
Those are my favorite. Dude, people are saying that Rocky 1 is the best Rocky. We got a comment.
I mean,
Some votes
it's
are
the
going
best
for it.
film.
Yeah.
It's the best. If we're talking about cinematography, if we're talking about story, if we're talking about like the beauty of a motion picture,
yeah.
yeah, Rocky won an Oscar. It's incredible.
Totally, but like,
But is it the best Rocky movie?
I'm gonna
I
say
think,
this like Dan Campbell in the thing. I think if we're talking Rocky movies, it might be one of the worst ones. Bless you. Bless you.
if we're I mean, in the scope of what Rocky became,
Mm-hmm.
right? Even through the Creed movies, Rocky 1 sucks.
It's the most like it's the one where I showed like we're talking about showing to girlfriends. Like when I took Erica through, I could feel her and even myself being like, "Oh, this is like a 2-hour movie that probably could have been an hour and a half." Like,
Yeah, but I think there's parts of Rocky that they kind of needed it to be in there.
and definitely, and like this is why again I know it's a shitty take because again if you're talking standalone though, no, because like the franchise does need that movie. 2 is only better because Rocky wins. If Rocky wins in the first one,
There's no Rocky 2.
there's no Rocky 2, and Rocky 1's not as special.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing is he goes the distance, and it kind of is like a cool story of like, you don't always have to win.
Yeah.
You just have to...
Get beat up by a black dude for 16 rounds.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Is get beat up by a black guy. And basically, the message of Rocky 1 is if you want a girl to like you, you need to harass her till she has no choice but to go on a date with you and get the shit beat out of you by a black guy.
Dude, one of the funniest moments from Rocky, the first one,
Yeah.
is There's a dude, the mobster, that talks shit to Rocky. He was in the driver's seat.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he
The guy that he
goes-
works for.
He goes, "Hey, you should take it to the zoo. Retards love the zoo." And then she goes, "Oh, it's winter, and we're at the zoo." And he goes, "Yeah, you know."
He did take their word for it. That is an underlooked part of the first Rocky. I never thought about that. The guy literally does be like, yeah, fucking dumb bitches like the zoo. Hard cut, and he's just like, I don't know. I thought you liked the zoo.
Yeah, it's such a funny part of that movie. That movie is so much lore, though. Rocky does, and that's the cool things about it. I watched it with my ex for the first time. She was all about the first Rocky.
Yeah.
She was like, "It's a beautiful movie."
Yeah.
You know, from start to finish, because it's not just about a fighter, a love story, a guy getting his title shot, whatever that may be. It's about a dude that doesn't really have the skills to do anything meaningful for his life.
Yeah.
Other than fight.
Yeah.
Boxing is just the most meaningful thing that he can do. And I think that's kind of lost when you watch the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, there's this dumb guy is just trying to, bang an introverted chick and fight a black dude.
Yeah.
No, it's so much deeper than that, because you got a guy that, in Rocky 2, I know you remember, he can't read the drops. That was such a famous part where they're getting frustrated with him.
It's my dad's favorite scene in all of the Rockies for some reason. I think he relates to it a little bit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
I can't read either.
I can't read too great. No, but he was just like, he's like, they fucking think he's dumb, but he's not dumb. I'm like, yeah, dude. It's very clear that's the point of that scene.
Dude, nobody felt more seen in that scene than fucking Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah,
Rob Gronkowski saw that for the first time and he goes like, "Me no good, re good either."
Holy shit, is Rob Gronkowski just Rocky?
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's party Rocky.
He's party, yeah.
He's party Rocky.
Instead of Rocky going 16 rounds, he goes 16 shots.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, okay, Rock, I see you.
He boxes under a disco ball.
Yeah. He walks out, he goes, I ain't hear no last call. I ain't hear no last call. And you're like, oh, all right.
I'm the best disco boxer ever to live.
Yeah, and he's not drunk. He's not like drunk or dumb yelling for Adrian. That's him just opening the end zone going, Tommy! Tommy! And Tom Brady is kind of like Adrian, too.
Yeah.
He's like the more quiet guy.
He's a hotter Adrian.
A hotter Adrian. Yeah. If I had to kiss one on the mouth, I'm kissing Tom Brady
yeah,
way
me too.
over Adrian. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm going to be honest. Having a conversation with either of them would be fucking horrible.
Gronk or Tom?
Gronk or Tom. No, I guess I was saying Tom or Adrian.
Okay.
Any of the three, I'm not dying to sit down and have dinner with them,
I don't know. I would have some avocado toast with Tom Brady.
That would be fun.
You're going to get some, motivational shit.
Yeah, Gronk's my last pick because I don't know what to say when he looks at you and he goes, you know what I realize is red's my favorite color to eat. Most food I like is red, so if I have a favorite food color, it'd be red. And you're just like, yeah, man, I guess I never thought of that, but good job. Do you want more, crayons to color with? You seem to eat in half of them.
What do you drink? Purple.
My favorite drink, purple.
Dude, look up the Gronk Cruise.
The Gronk Cruise? Oh, God. Do they make you take the Wonderlick and you have to score a low enough score to be on the cruise?
Oh, buddy, you can't get on that cruise without chlamydia.
The Gronk Cruise. The gronkiest moment from Rob Gronkowski's party cruise. More than 1,500 people unwittingly got stuck on Gronk's cruise. What?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. The party cruise. When Rob Gronkowski... Ooh, why am I struggling with his name so much? When Rob Gronkowski's party ship set sail from Miami for a trip to the Bahamas on Friday, the cruise included Gronk and about 700 of his closest friends who signed up for a weekend of drinking and debauchery. As it turned out, though, the cruise also consisted of 1,600 people who didn't sign up for it but got it anyway.
Yep.
What? The Norwegian Pearl can hold up to 2,300 passengers, and since only 700 were on board the Gronk cruise, that means there were another 1,600 who booked their trip thinking it was just a normal cruise. Oh, no.
Could you imagine?
Oh, no.
Imagine being there with your family. This is your big outing. You're a plumber in Indiana. You've been saving up for this for fucking 6 months. You get on a cruise, and you're on the fucking Gronk cruise with your 17-year-old daughter.
Oh, my God,
Dude, that is the making of an action film.
Yeah.
That is Liam Neeson times 3, taken aboard. Buddy, I would pay money to make that movie. I would pay $1 million if some Fox, I don't give a fuck, Disney, let me make this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, let me make the movie of trying to protect my 17-year-old daughter on the Rob Gronkowski cruise.
You could just make it like a zombie type film where they're
Dude,
slowly.
you're just decking frat bros.
Oh yeah, there's a fight every 36 seconds.
Yeah, you're
on that
constantly
thing.
smacking drinks out of her hand.
All the time. For some reason, the buffet is always stocked except for the chicken fingers, French fries, and Monster Energy cans are empty.
Or they're all gone.
There's a line for it 24/7 at all times of the day. There's a line for the Monster Energy on tap.
Dude, you got to do a keg stand to use the bathroom. On the Gronk cruise, man, they got rules.
Dude, just imagine everywhere you're walking, there's some guy with like a little microphone asking you what your body count is on this cruise.
And soon
everywhere you go.
Right before he does, he goes, "Hey man, I want to interview you." Nut check.
Yeah, yeah. You just have to wear a cup everywhere you go for safety purposes. You're like, they're fucking menaces, man. They're everywhere I go.
You're just walking around with a gun shooting Narcan in people's faces.
Yeah. Dude, there's just a guy running around just saving people in like a Superman costume. They're like, oh my God, it's Narcan Man. He's here to save us.
And it was literally just like Gronk and his brothers and his dad just being drunken fucking assholes.
Yeah.
And it's so funny that there was 1,600 people. 1,600 people that did not pay to be there for Gronk. Most of them don't even know who Gronk is.
Dude, if 1,600 people were on this Gronk cruise, who was running all the Burger Kings in America? That's what I want to know. Where were all the GMs and assistant managers of Burger King at?
Also, who has 700 family and friends?
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, only Gronk. That's the thing. He's a party alcoholic. When you're like that, you do have 700 friends and family.
Yeah.
You just wake up with phone numbers in your phone number. You know what I mean? That
Oh,
you're
yeah,
like,
phone numbers in your phone that you had no idea. Like, oh, shit, I met Chris Evans last night.
you could, but then you're also like, who's balls and buffalo wing sauce guy? And why did I call him 17 times at 3 a.m.? Why did I send him the snowflake emojis 9 times last night? Like, that's the only way.
Gronk no do blow.
Oh, dude, the cocaine on that,
Buddy.
dude. The bathrooms must have sounded like it was a cruise to the center of Cedar Fever.
But
Just sniffles everywhere.
every time they flushed, you heard a DJ horn. Bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that would suck getting woken up every day by LMFAO playing in the room next to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just trying to get a good night's sleep, and at 6 a.m. you just hear, "There's a party rocking in the house tonight."
No, you know they're stupid, so they like party rocking in the boat tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
yeah.
we're in a boat. Yeah.
And then you finally are fucking fed up, and you go, you know what, babe? I'm going next door, and I'm saying, like, go bang, 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 and you're gonna tell them to shut the fuck up, and they open the door, and it's Rob Gronkowski, and there's nothing you can do.
Just shirtless, wearing glow sticks around his neck.
Yeah.
What did Gronk do?
Yeah, and you can't figure out if you go back to bed or if you join Gronk and his friends debating which glow stick flavor tastes the best. Because there's only a certain amount of opportunities that you get to do this. And I guess you have to go party with Gronk.
And again, he's like, my favorite flavor is purple.
Yeah. Oh, man. This is a fun episode. This shit flew by, dude.
Yeah.
We're already here at the end. I feel like it might be fun. We're recording this on Monday at about 4:30 in the afternoon Texas time. The game here is in 3 hours. Do you have a final score and prediction?
Yeah, I've got San Francisco 27, Jets 24. They tied up going into, I think, 2 minutes in the fourth, and then I think San Francisco pulls it out with the last drive.
Okay. I like that. I think it's probably going to be 21-17 49ers. I'm thinking it's a very low-scoring game.
Yeah, it's going to be a defensive game.
The
There's two great defenses.
The Jets were so bad last year because of how bad their QBs were that, like, one, people are forgetting that, like, they had an elite defense. And also I think people are forgetting that it's that thing because I'm a betting man, so I'm taking Brock Purdy's under on yards, 247.5 yards. I'm taking the under with how people have performed and how their defense is. I don't see him hitting that. Now, Rodgers has an interesting prop of only 220 yards. I can't figure out which one I want because
You're really struggling with the gambling, buddy.
I am. It's so fun, man. It makes me give a so like I'll be so invested in the game. Now, hey, let's put this out there. I am betting only $5 a bet. I am betting within my means. I won, and then I bet all my winnings. Like, going into NFL Sunday, I had put in $40, and I had $68 in my account. So I was up, and now I have $9 in my account.
I'm going to make a 50-cent bet that Rodgers tears his Achilles on the first play.
Yeah, I also, maybe as a fun prediction, I'd like to predict that like halfway through the third, Aaron Rodgers get hit so hard in the spine that a little bit of the ayahuasca he did this offseason leaks back in.
Out?
And we get like a Doc Ellis performance from Aaron Rodgers tonight. That's what I'd like to see. It's my final prediction for the game.
I'm here for it, man.
Yeah. This is a fun episode, though. Guys, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in and listening if you are. New episodes every Thursday. Clips coming out weekly. Follow us on the Instagram at Technically Foul Podcast. You can find us there. Other than that, thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
That's a technical foul.